Next up from Litepanels, we have my old friend Alan Ipakchian, and you've got all kinds of lights here to show us. So take it away.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining us. Litepanels is one of the leaders in the LED revolution. We started off with one-by-one lights, and now we have a variety of different offering that we're going to go over today, and we're going to continue to come out with some new stuff around NAB. So kind of keep your eyes and ears open because we're excited about a lot of the new things that we have to offer you guys. So what's not very new, but relatively new to people is the whole trend of RGBW lights, and we are proud to offer two sizes in that you can expand on. So the Gemini series is our series of lights that can do multicolor. They can do really fantastic white light that you allow to do the green magenta offset. You have the gels and effects and all that stuff. So the platform is identical, meaning that the menu system, which is really intuitive, is shared along the Gemini series. So we started off with the 2x1 about 2 years ago, and it's a 2x1 form factor that you can stack and build larger sources of light, like a dual vertical, a dual horizontal, and also you can stack up to 4 lights together. You can daisy chain the power. You can master replica the controls, so one plug is going into the light, and also one light is controlling all the units. So we have, like I mentioned, a really intuitive menu system where when you just push the menu, you have your CCT mode, which is basically bicolor with plus minus green offset, and it gives you the range of 2700 Kelvin all the way up to 10,000. And you have dimming from 0 to 100 without any color shift. And we paid special attention to that low-end dimming. So below 5%, you can really see the very fine tuning that we have paid very close attention to, which could be pretty difficult when you're driving LEDs. So we're at a 0.1% here, and you can see the very light glow of the soft panel that we have up front there. We also are flicker free in all our units from it's flicker free at any frame rate, shutter angle, or intensity. So a lot of lights out there might be flicker free at 100% output, but once you start dimming the unit, then you'll start introducing that flickering. So we're very happy to say that we can offer all your high-speed shoots, flicker-free lighting that can be adjusted to any color temperature. So, and that's across the entire Litepanels brand. And like I mentioned, it's great for high-speed photography. It's great for beauty lighting because we use the white light and warm white LEDs for daylight and tungsten. We're not mixing LEDs in order to obtain white light, which can be kind of spiky on the color spectrum. So all of our information is on the website as far as color charts and the TLCI stuff that we've taken some special time to make available for you guys to understand where our lights perform at in the color spectrum. And the Gemini 1x1, obviously the 1x1 form factor is a little bit more familiar with the Litepanels users. So we're happy to offer that. We offered that at NAB in 2019. And this is the 1x1 form factor that everyone appreciates. Now, what we have this running on is the single battery plate. So we learned from our Astra series to offer a battery plate that allow you to adjust from AC to DC without having to change cables and make it really easy for you. So this battery plate is unique because we're using the AC power supply powering through the battery plate and the battery plate going directly into the light. So if you need to do a battery change, if your battery starts to get low, you can plug it into AC for a second, swap out your battery, and you're not going to have to reboot or anything like that. So it's a really quick change. And we also have a dual battery plate if you want to have that longer run time. Now, a lot of people ask me, like, well, how long is that going to run? And that's all dependent on how many watt hours your battery is. So on this unit here, we have the Anton Bauer Titan 150, 150 watt hours, simple math, very rudimentary. It's like dividing your watt hours into the amount of watts the light is pulling. So it's a 200 watt light, 150 watt hour battery. You're going to get less than about an hour at 100% output. But once you start dimming it, that starts to double and triple as the algorithm goes. So we have V-mount, gold mount options. For the 2x1, I should have mentioned, we have a dual battery plate that could be used on either one of these. The single battery plate is just for the 1x1. I'm running this on a Cine VCLX, and simple math on that. Cine VCLX is about a 600 watt hour battery, 300 watt loud draw. So we're at about 2 hours at 100% output. So we're happy to offer battery solutions to make your lighting setup very simple and easy to transport, and takes you to places where you may not have batteries, or may not have output. So batteries are a great solution for that. So as I mentioned, similar platforms in the Gemini series, where we're using warm white and white LEDs for daylight and tungsten, and then red, green, and blue LEDs for your full spectrum color. One thing we did do that is built into the light here that we're really excited about is a couple of cool features. One is that you could adjust the height of the yoke by adjusting this set screw here. It comes in the middle position, but you can adjust it to go into the first position, which is at its highest, to increase your tilt range if you have a softbox on there, so you're not hitting up against the power supply, which also could be removed if you want to get that extra tilt function. There's quarter 20s around the entire light, so you can put your power supply on the light itself to swing with the unit, as opposed to it being on the yoke. And you also have stacking kits for this to make 2 and 4 lights that create a large source of light for you guys. So that's just a piece of hardware that you can just, like I said, build up a big light when you need it, break it down when you don't. So it's really convenient for rental people, and as far as your grip truck or grip and electric truck is concerned, allows you to be a little bit more flexible, take out a large source like a quad Gemini, and be able to break it down when you're doing smaller jobs or interviews. Now, another thing that's really cool about the Gemini 1x1 is that the front diffuser is removable. So I'm going to remove it. It comes with a medium. And we also have light and heavy diffusions, but we also have this awesome intensifier that gives you about 25% more output. And what it's doing is you're just popping it in the front there, and it's narrowing the beam. So instead of a soft, wide source, it becomes a much more narrow beam. It gives you a little bit more output. And it's we have carrying cases like Pelicans that put 2 together. We have soft cases that are interchangeable between the Astra family and the Gemini 1x1. And speaking of the Astra family, it's obviously something that is been around for a while, and we're very proud to continue to support it. It's going to still be a part of the family. Some people start to think, since the trend is going towards more color lights, are the simple, more white lights available? And they will continue to be available, and we're still investing in those. We have wireless CRMX modules that you can pop in, and this is our not so famous but very underrated light. It's the Astra bifocus, and instead of going from daylight to tungsten like the bicolor that a lot of people are used to, let me just swap out the battery cable here from the VCLX to the bifocus, because it's both 3-pin XLRs. You can go from a wide flood like the Astra, about 46-degree beam, to a much more narrow beam, about 15 degrees. It's a daylight balanced light, so it's perfect for a hot day where the sun's out and you need that extra punch. The bifocus in spot mode will give you a nice punch. That's the module on the back there is a Bluetooth module. We have the Bluetooth, wireless DMX. We also have 2 DMX communications modules that allow you to adjust it with a DMX system. And of course, we can run it on battery. I just plugged in the Cine VCLX, but on the yoke, you can mount either a gold mount or a V-mount plate, so you can be more mobile. You could Hollywood the light, and it's kind of a go-to for productions, on interviews, in a lot of different versatile things like car shoots and stuff like that, where you're lighting the talent from the hood of the car or something like that. But that's it as far as what I brought in today. But like I mentioned, we're doing a lot of things around NAB. Invite you to come by the booth if you're, able to make it to the show. But if you're not, keep your eyes and ears open. We're very active on our social media, Instagram, Light Panels, and we're looking forward to hearing from you guys and getting all the feedback and also showing you what we have. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Alan.
Cool, thank you.
Ready, here we go. Raffle number.
Want to spin it or anything?
Sure, if you want to sort of spin it through, gladly.
Raffle number 4969514. You must be present to win. Oh wait, we got a young man coming from the back row.
Back through. Perfect. Great.
Want to do it one by one?
Sure.
514.
Get that battery in there too.
Thank you.
Yep.
Congratulations. Tell us about yourself.
All right.
Tell us about yourself. Hi. Great, thank you. All right, folks.
Nice. Perfect. Thank you.